Check one. Right. Hello, everybody. Back again with our MCQ discussion, right? The usual MCQ discussion. Today, I already told you in the group that we are going to finish off 2019 O-level paper. We have already done until first 20th MCQ. 2019 O-level paper. 1 to 20 MCQs done. I told you today we are finishing off. That means we are finishing off 20 to 40. The remaining MCQ we are finishing off and showing tata bye bye to 2019 O-level paper. Hope already you all tried it. Huh. Before we start, confirm from your end. Is all the duos perfect? Good. Yeah. Sorry. YouTube also okay. Sorry. Right. Sorry. Right. So back again with your normal review book. Take your review book. Sit on the table properly. Right. 20 MCQs to be discussed. Maybe today's session might go a bit long. 20 MCQs to be discussed from the past paper. Might go a bit wrong. So sit properly. Take your review book and then tell me ready. Perfect. Ready. Hurry. Right. Unnalamai will start the paper. Will start the paper until 20th question we have already done. Starting from 21st question. If you have not done, do it before me. Hurry. Right. Question number 21. 21. There you go. It was found that an aqueous solution of compound HA. Now, some students, when they see these kinds of notations, now HA you have never seen in your textbook. HA. Now, from nowhere they are giving HA. Some students, when they see these kinds of new notation, they are confused. No. Read what they are telling about HA. It was found that an aqueous solution of compound HA, okay, there is a compound HA, it seems, contains H plus ion, A minus ion, OH minus ions, as well as undissociated HA molecule. Those are the ions and the molecules present. Unnalamai. pH value of this solution is less than 7. That's your trump card. pH value is less than 7. Which of the following statement is true about HA? Right. Now, from where you start the question? You start the question from your trump card. Your trump card is pH less than 7. Unnaputi, you all tell me. pH values. pH values. pH values. 7 less than 7 until 0, greater than 7 until 14. Can remember the shortcut I taught you? Small numbers are A, big numbers are B. A for acid, B for base. And number 7 is neutral. Number 7 is neutral. They are telling in the question, pH is less than 7. Y'all tell me, pH less than 7 nang Guaranteed that HA is what kind of a compound? Guaranteed what compound? Guaranteed it's a acid. pH less than 7 කියන්නේ they are trying to tell HA is a acid. If you take acid, there are two types of acids. Strong acid, weak acid. Out of that, what type of acid is HA? How to come to that conclusion? What type of acid is HA? How to come to that conclusion? For that only they have given the ions and the molecules. On. If HA is strong, if HA is strong acid, what will happen? You all tell me. Strong acid in aqueous medium. What kind of ionization? Complete or incomplete? Strong acid in aqueous medium, what kind of ionization? Complete ionization. Completely it will ionize and form H plus aqueous. H plus is produced. Guaranteed A will become negative ion. A minus will be produced if it is strong. Additionally, acid in aqueous medium, aqueous medium has water. Water will also undergo ionization. What ionization? Incomplete ionization. Acid in aqueous medium, then together with acid, aqueous has what? Water undergoes ionization. Incomplete ionization. Onnapute, you all tell me, when water undergoes ionization, what are the ions produced? H plus, OH minus. If HA is strong acid lamai, HA is completely undergoing ionization. Completely it is breaking down. I was talking about this kind of reaction. HA is completely breaking down. You all tell me, if HA completely breaks down, will you have HA molecule? If HA completely breaks down, you take the remote, same example I use. You take a remote, you completely break it. Will you have the remote? HA is completely undergoing ionization. Will you have HA? No. Then what will be there? H plus, A minus, and H plus from water, OH minus from water, as well as full water. Water is not undergoing complete ionization. Water goes forward, it goes backward, it goes forward, it goes backward. Then full water will be there. If HA is strong acid, these are going to be there. Which basically means full HA molecule won't be there. Full HA won't be there. It undergoes complete ionization. If HA is weak acid, what will happen? If HA is weak acid, HA aqueous, what ionization? What ionization? If it is weak acid, incomplete ionization. HA will break down as well as it will come back, forming H plus aqueous, OH minus aqueous. What does this reaction means? HA breaks down, forms H plus, OH minus. Again, H plus, OH minus will join, again form H. Again breaks down, again joins. Again breaks down, again joins. Again breaks down, again joins. It's at equilibrium. That means you have H plus, OH minus, as well as what? HA. You will have HA. Additionally, it's in aqueous medium. If it is in aqueous medium, water is there. Water will undergo partial ionization and release H plus, OH minus. Then if HA is a weak acid, what are the ions and molecules you will have? You will have H plus from the acid, OH minus from the acid, as well as undissociated full HA. Full HA will be there. It's going forward, it's coming backwards. Full HA is there. And water undergoes ionization. When water undergoes ionization, it will release H plus, OH minus. Don't think OH minus is coming from base. No, OH minus is coming from the water. See, water. Water is O, H and H. This bond breaks. When that bond breaks, H plus is released. Then remaining is OH minus. OH minus. So that H plus and OH minus comes from the water. Water ionization. So additionally, you will have H plus, OH minus, as well as undissociated water. So simply keep in mind, if it is strong acid, if it is a strong acid, full HA won't be there. Full HA won't be there. If it is a weak acid, full HA is there. However, all these ions will be there. Again, some asking why OH minus. You all tell me why OH minus. Water is breaking. You break down water. H plus, OH minus. Don't think OH minus is coming from the acid. OH minus can't come from the acid. OH minus is coming from the water. However, keep in mind, if it is a strong acid, full HA won't be there. It's fully broken. If it is a weak acid, full HA will be there. Full HA will be there. Now, read the question. You all tell me what's the answer. It was found that aqueous solution of the compound HA contain H plus, A minus, OH minus, as well as undissociated HA molecule. Now the answer is there. Undissociated HA molecule. pH is less than 7. What's the answer? All. What's the answer? What's the answer? pH is less than 7. It's an acid. From there, you can cut off the base here. That will go. Undissociated HA is there. Then it's a weak acid. What's the answer? Answer is answer. Okay. So remember, if HA is a strong acid, HA will undergo complete ionization forming H plus A minus. Then water will undergo incomplete ionization forming H plus and OH minus. If it is a weak acid, HA will undergo incomplete ionization forming H plus. Negative ion is A minus. Maybe that's what you all were telling. Negative ion is A minus. Negative ion A minus. Not negative ion is A minus. So A minus is there. Water will undergo incomplete dissociation forming H plus OH minus. H plus OH minus. So all this will be there. So the trump card is HA. If HA is there, weak acid. If HA is not there, strong acid. Clear? Clear? Yes. Question number 22. Question number 22. Several species of animals and the number of animals belonging to each species identified by a group of students in an environmental study is as follows. Animal species is there. Snail, butterfly, spider, leech, scorpion. Their numbers are given. What is the number of animals identified by students which belong to phylum Arthropoda? Tell me, what are the phylum? What are the animals that belong to the phylum Arthropoda here? What are the animals that belong to Arthropoda? Snail. Is snail arthropod? No. It's a mollusk. Mollusca. Butterfly. Is butterfly arthropod? Of course, yes. Spider. Yes. Leech. Leech belongs to Annelida. Worms belong to Annelida. Finally, scorpion. Yes. Arthropod. Butterfly, spider, scorpion. 4 plus 3, 7. 7 plus 1, 8. What's your answer? Answer. Okay. Answer. Question 23. The atmospheric pressure at sea level is 1 into 10 to the power 5 Newton per square meter. On atmospheric pressure is given. P value is given. Area of the tympanic membrane of a man is 5 into 10 to the power 5 meter square. Area is given. What is the force exerted by atmospheric pressure on the tympanic membrane? Onnapute, pressure is there, area is there. They are asking the force. 23. Pressure is there, area is there. They are asking the force. Tell me, what's the equation for pressure? Now here they are not talking about hydrostatic pressure, the normal pressure. What's the equation? Pressure equal force over area. Pressure is there, area is there, can't you find the force? Pressure is there, area is there, can't you find the force? If you need to find force, you need a subject force. If you subject force, area should go to the other side. Denominator on other side become multiplication. Then force is equal to pressure multiplied by area. Now apply the values. Apply the values. Pressure, atmospheric pressure at sea level, 1 into 10 to the power 5. 1 into 10 to the power 5 Newton per square meter. That value multiplied by area. Area is 5 into 10 to the power minus 5. 5 into 10 to the power minus 5 meter square. From there you calculate the force. Now maths. 10 to the power plus 5, 10 to the power minus 5 cancel off. Now maths, 10 to the power plus 5, 10 to the power minus 5 cancel off. Then 1 into 5 is 5. M square, m to the power minus 2 cancel off. What is remaining as the unit is Newton. Correct. Force will come in Newton. What's the force? 5 Newton. 5 Newton. Okay. If the bases are equal, we add the powers, right? Yes. We add and see. 10 to the power plus 5, 10 to the power minus 5, add and see. You'll get 0. No change in the shirt, but change in the throat every day. So the answer is 10 to the power 5. What's the answer? Answer is answer number 1. Answer number 1. Question number 24. On transformer question. The power supplied to the primary coil of a transformer of 100% efficiency is 200 watt. Power given to the primary coil is 200 watt. This is the power given to the primary coil. PP is given. If the voltage across its secondary coil is 10 volt, voltage in secondary coil is given. What is the current flowing through the coil? Secondary coil. Current in secondary coil, they are asking. They are talking about voltage current. They are talking about voltage current. Voltage current. On. In transformers, only 2 equations are there. No? Only 2 main equations are there. What are the 2 main equations we have in transformer? Number of turns in primary over number of turns in secondary equal voltage in primary over voltage in secondary. That's the first equation. Next, VPIP, voltage in primary multiplied by current in primary is equal to voltage in secondary multiplied by current in secondary, VPIP. This is the second equation. Look at the question. In the question, they are talking about current. They are not talking about number of turns. No data about number of turns. They're only talking about current. Then you all tell me which equation you are going to use. First, you decide the equation. They are not talking about number of turns. What they are talking about is current. Then guaranteed what equation? Second equation. You take the second equation. What is the second equation telling? Voltage in primary, current in primary equal voltage in secondary, current in secondary. Now again go through the question. Power supplied to the primary coil of a transformer is 100% efficiency is 200 watt. But they are giving is power given to the primary. Are they telling the current in primary and voltage in primary? Have they given you the current in primary and voltage in primary? Is current data, voltage data about primary given to you? No. But they are giving is, they are giving you the power in primary. No, how to do the question? Can't do it. Think. Y'all tell me, what is voltage into current? What is voltage into current? What is VI? What is VI? What is VI? VI is power. Voltage into current is power. Instead of giving voltage in primary, current in primary, they have directly given power in primary. That means I can tell power in primary is equal to this side. Voltage in secondary, current in secondary. Again see. The equation is, the basic equation is voltage in primary multiplied by current in primary is equal to voltage in secondary multiplied by current in secondary. That's the basic equation. And now we know they are talking about current. Then current, you should use this equation. But voltage in primary, current in primary is not given. Then you need to find a way how to solve the question. Voltage in primary, current in primary is not given, but they have directly given power in primary. And we already know power is equal to voltage into current. So that means I can tell voltage in primary multiplied by current in primary equal power in primary. That power in primary equals voltage in current in secondary. Agree with the rearrangement of the equation? Agree with the rearrangement equation? Mathematically think. So sometimes remember they won't give you direct values for the equation. They will give you some hint points. Using that hint points, you connect and make the answer. It's just like you have some clues regarding a criminal. Using those clues, you make connections and find the answer. Clues are given. Primary, power in primary given. I think voltage in secondary given. Neither. Yeah, voltage in secondary given. They're asking current in secondary. Your basic equation is this. So from this, you rearrange. Now, those who have done transformers with me, they know. Because I don't directly teach the equation. I teach PP equal PS and then I teach the equation. I don't directly teach me equation. Right? Those are done transforming with me. Now there's nothing new here. You all know the derivation. PP PS equal. From PP PS we have gone. Hurry. Now PP is there. Power in primary is there 200 watt. Power in primary is there 200 watt. Equal. Voltage in secondary is there 10 volt. Multiplied by current in secondary is what they are asking. Current in secondary is what they are asking. IS. Can't you find IS? Now maths. One shot we can find, no? One shot we can find. 1 0 1 0 cancel off. Then what is remaining this side is IS. Current is secondary is equal to what is remaining here is 20 watt. What නෙවෙයි ඒක නෙල්ල මේ මොනවද මේ current is measured in ampere 20 ampere 20 ampere is answer 20 ampere answer. Hmm. What happens if the efficiency is changed? If the efficiency is changed, power output will be not equal to power input. Here we take that power input and power output are equal. That way only we make the equation. Now see, power in primary, power in secondary equal. Using that logic only we make this equation. If it is not 100% efficient, power in primary, power in secondary won't be equal. Then there will be a loss. You have to find the loss and do it. Hurry. Question 25. Which polysaccharide contained in plant cell helps to prevent constipation? When you hear the word constipation, you should know the answer. What helps you to reduce constipation? What helps to reduce constipation? Cellulose. That's a direct answer. Cellulose reduce constipation. Right. Question 26. What is the constituent mostly present in the urine of healthy person? Anila might tell me in the urine. What is there? What's the largest amount in urine? Water. Large amount in urine. Water. Next. What is the polymer that contain carbon and hydrogen only as constituent element? Polymer that has carbon and hydrogen only. Polymer with carbon and hydrogen only. Main polymers in our syllabus. Main polymers in our syllabus. Polythene. Also called polyethylene. Polythene. What are the constituent elements in polythene? Polythene is made of ethene. Ethene contains carbon and hydrogen. Then polythene also contains carbon and hydrogen. Polythene is made of ethene. Ethene contains carbon and hydrogen. Then polythene contains carbon and hydrogen. Next, polychloroethene, or you call it polyvinyl chloride, PVC. Remember, chloroethene contains carbon, hydrogen, chlorine. That's why you call it chloroethene, derivative of ethene. Ethene contains carbon and hydrogen. Chloroethene is a derivative of ethene. Then it contains carbon, hydrogen, additionally chlorine. Then polychloroethene also contains carbon, hydrogen, and chlorine. Polytetrafluoroethene. Polytetrafluoroethene, you call it Teflon. Polytetrafluoroethene. Polytetrafluoroethene is made of tetrafluoroethene. Tetrafluoroethene contains carbon and fluorine. That means polytetrafluoroethene also contains carbon and fluorine. Additionally, 2 more points. Natural rubber. Natural rubber contains carbon and hydrogen. Vulcanized rubber, it contains carbon, hydrogen, and sulfur. Carbon, hydrogen, and sulfur. Okay. Doesn't polytetrafluoroethane contain hydrogen? No. All the 4 hydrogens are removed, fluorine attached. So it doesn't have hydrogen. Keep that in mind. Polythene, carbon, and hydrogen. Polychloroethene, you remove 1 hydrogen, attach 1 chlorine, then carbon, hydrogen, chlorine are there. Polytetrafluoroethene, tetrafluoroethane, you remove 4 hydrogen, attach 4 fluorine, then fluorine is there, carbon is there. Natural rubber, carbon and hydrogen. Vulcanized rubber, carbon, hydrogen, sulfur. Okay. Now answer the question here. What is a polymer that contains carbon and hydrogen only as a constituent element? Carbon and hydrogen only. Polythene is there. Polythene is there, or natural rubber is there. Polythene, natural rubber. Check the answer. What's the answer? Answer is answer 2. Answer is answer 2. Additional, tell me cellulose. Make an lamai grade 10 first lesson. Cellulose. Cellulose comes as a polysaccharide and a carbohydrate. Carbohydrate. What are the constituent elements? That is carbon, hydrogen, oxygen. Oxygen is also there. That one you all know from grade 10. Cellulose, carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, carbohydrate. What is the equipment that works using force exerted on current carrying conductor placed in magnetic field? Onnalamai, force exerted on current carrying conductor placed in magnetic field. The devices are DC current motor, speaker, loudspeaker. DC current motor and speaker. They only work using force exerted on current carrying conductor placed in magnetic. Then what's the answer? Answer number 4. Direct current motor. Sorry? 29th question. 29th question. Select the false statement from the following statements. False statement from following statement, right? Fractional distillation is used to refine mineral oils. Of course, yes. Now, these types of questions go through each and every words. Sometimes they play with words. Fractional distillation is used to refine mineral oil. Yes, that's true. Steam distillation is used to extract cinnamon oil. How do you know? Steam distillation is used to extract essential oils. Cinnamon oil is essential oil. It's used to extract cinnamon oil. Correct. Second one. Third, solvent extraction is used to extract medicinal extracts and potions. Correct. No? Solvent extraction you can use to extract iodine, as well as you can use to extract medicinal components in potions. That is correct. Chromatography is used to separate mixture of volatile component. Remember, chromatography is used to separate components present in non-volatile mixture, not volatile mixture. For volatile mixtures, we do distillation processes. Keep that in mind. Distillation is done for volatile substances. A simple distillation, steam distillation, fractional distillation, all are done for volatile substances. If it is non-volatile, we do chromatography. So with that word, they have played out. See, chromatography is used to separate mixture of volatile component. Pachapoi. That's wrong. Not volatile. Non-volatile. Non-volatile is a keyword for chromatography. Keep that in mind. What's the answer? Which one is wrong? Answer number 4. That is wrong. Harry? So those special points keep in mind. When you hear the word mineral oils, that is fractional distillation. Mineral oil, crude oil, that's fractional distillation. Volatile components. And this one already I did in Chemnite as well. Volatile component. If there is one volatile component, simple distillation. If there are several volatile components, fractional distillation. If the volatile component is present in a plant part, then it is steam distillation. Non-volatile component, if you want to separate and identify, you use chromatography. The answer is answer 4. Next. Question 30 and 31 are based on following balanced equation relating to complete combustion of ethene. Ethene is there combusting with oxygen, carbon dioxide, water, and some amount of heat is released. No, sir. Some kilojoule is released. Lamai, this kilojoule, this 1400 kilojoule is indicating us heat is released. How much of heat is released? 1400 kilojoules of heat. They are given the exact value of the heat that is released. 1400 kilojoules of heat is released. Their relative atomic masses are given, right? Or the question asking, what is the mass of water formed? Mass of water formed, okay, when 1 mole of ethane is subjected to complete combustion. I think this one, for the third time, we are touching this type of question. Can you remember same type of question we touched in support seminar paper as well? Calculating the mass. Work it out. Those who didn't do, work it out. Find me the answer. Mass of water formed when 1 mole of ethene is subjected to complete combustion. Those who didn't do, work. Train your brain. Don't just sit. Making cake. That making cake explanation. All work, all work. Meanwhile, write the reaction. Ethene, complete combustion, is forming carbon dioxide. Water, 1400 kilojoules of heat is also released. What is the mass of water formed when 1 mole of ethene is subjected to complete combustion? First, you need to balance it. Sorry, equation balanced. Equation balanced. Can you all remember I taught you? What does balanced chemical equation tells us? What is balanced chemical equation tells us? It tells us the mole relationship, mole ratios between reactants and the products. Now, what does this reaction tells us? In front of ethene, 1 is there. 1 we usually don't write on. When 1 mole of ethene is combusted with 3 moles of oxygen, on 3 is there, 2 moles of carbon dioxide and 2 moles of water is formed. Additionally, 1400 kilojoules of energy is released. Now the question is telling, what is the mass of water formed when 1 mole of ethene is subjected to complete combustion? 1 mole of ethene undergoing complete combustion. They are asking mass of water formed. Mass of where? Mass of water formed. They are asking the mass of water formed. on. They are asking the mass of water. Leave the mass story aside. Using this balanced chemical equation, tell me when 1 mole of ethylene is subjected to complete combustion, how many moles of water is formed? Leave the mass story aside. How many moles of water is formed? All. Don't just sit some below the sitting like this. How many moles of water? 2 moles. Now you know the number of moles of water. 2 moles. You can calculate the molar mass of water or relative atomic masses are given. You can calculate the molar mass of water. H2O. Memorize and keep this lamai. Water's molar mass, calcium carbonate molar mass, glucose molar mass, sodium chloride molar mass, carbon dioxide molar mass. Those things memorize and keep. It's easy for you to do MCQ question. Glucose, that's the hardest one to calculate, but memorize and keep 180. I'll just write the value, relative molecular mass, I'll write 180. Water, relative molecular mass is 18. Memorize it and keep. So your MCQ, you save a lot of time. Calcium carbonate, one time already told you. Calcium carbonate is 100. Carbon dioxide, 44. Maybe memorize and keep. Sodium chloride also, 58.5. This is memorizing it. There's nothing to memorize. You know, glucose, relative molecular mass 180. Water is 10, you cancel off 18. Calcium carbonate, nice number 100. Carbon dioxide 44. Sodium chloride 58. 58.5. Maybe these two you need to memorize. Others, there's nothing to memorize. Glucose 180. Water 18. Calcium carbonate 100. Carbon dioxide 44. Sodium chloride 58.5. So no need to just keep on calculating it. One shot, you know the molar mass of water. Molar mass of water 18 gram per mole. Now nothing, no question is nothing now. Number of moles is there, molar mass is there. Can't you find the mass? Find out. Number of moles equal mass over molar mass. You need to find mass. Simple M is equal to molar mass. Send it on other side. Number of moles into molar mass. Do in the mind. Do the mind. Do the mind. Do the mind. Number of moles is 2 moles. Lock it in your mind. Number of moles 2 moles multiplied by molar mass 18. 2 multiplied by 18. Lock it in the mind and multiply and tell me how much. 2 into 18, 36 grams. Answer is answer. 36 grams. Is the equation given always balanced? No. Now this paper, you are lucky. They are given balanced equation. But don't think always they'll give balanced equation. You have to balance it. This is something new equation for most of you. Hydrocarbon combustion. Sometimes they won't tell you the product even. They won't tell you the product even. They'll just tell ethane is combusted. Then you need to write the reaction and balance it. It's a hard nevi puta. When you combust, remember, when you combust a hydrocarbon, combustion means reacting with oxygen. If it is complete combustion, see in the question they are telling, relating to complete combustion. If it is complete combustion, carbon dioxide and water is formed. Those are the products, always. Hydrocarbon, complete combustion, then reacting with oxygen forms carbon dioxide and water. Balancing is nothing big. Now I'll take the same example. We'll balance it. C2H4 combusted with oxygen. 2 products. First write the products. Carbon dioxide and water. Hydrocarbon balancing is very, very simple. That's the simplest balancing. That's the easiest balancing. Now, in hydrocarbon balancing, oxygen is there separately. No? Leave the oxygen. Your man of the match is this person, hydrocarbon. Only look at the hydrocarbon. Don't look at the oxygen. Look how many carbons are there. How many carbons? Two. That side, only carbon dioxide contains carbon. Then what is the number you have to put in front of it? You deal with your man of match. Man of match is ethene here, hydrocarbon. Forget about oxygen. Oxygen later we can balance. In hydrocarbon, you have two carbon. That side only one person is having the carbon, that is carbon dioxide. So guaranteed in front of carbon dioxide, what you should put? Guaranteed you should put it. Next come to hydrogen. Don't look at oxygen. Oxygen we can balance at the end. Next comes hydrogen. 4 hydrogen now there. That side only water has hydrogen. This side 4, to make it 4. What is the number in front of what? To make it 4, what's the number in front of what? 2 is enough. Why? 2 into 2, 4 hydrogen will come. 2 into 2, 4 hydrogen will come. On carbon balanced, hydrogen balanced. Hydrocarbon, man of the match is balanced. That side also carbon balance, hydrogen balance. Now we will check the oxygen. Now we will check the oxygen. How many oxygen here? 2 into 2, oxygen. 2 into 2, 4 oxygen. There how many oxygen are there? 2 into 1, 2 oxygen. 2 plus 2. Altogether how many oxygen in the product side? 6 oxygen. Now we will balance oxygen. To make this side 6, what's the number in front? 3. Okay. So hydrocarbon balancing is the easiest balancing. Hydrocarbon combustion balancing. Should we find 1400 kilojoule? No, that is not there. They'll give. If there's a certain value for the heat, they'll give. First you balance the carbon, then you balance the hydrogen, then you balance the oxygen. Sorry. So, however, here the answer is answer number 3. Next one, what is the correct energy level diagram for the complete combustion of ethene? First tell me, Lamai. First tell me. I'll erase this. No. I'll erase this. Shh. Right. Now they are asking you to draw the energy level diagram. Energy level diagram. First we'll write the states. States are given. Ethene is a gas, oxygen is a gas, carbon dioxide is a gas, water is a liquid. Heat is released. Exovendo. Heat is released. Exovendo. Exo. Remember all combustions are exo. Now remember the shortcut. Even chem night I taught you the shortcut. If you write the heat in one side, now product side you have written heat. If you write heat in one side, opposite side will have more energy. You write heat in one side, then opposite side will have lot of energy. Always keep that in the mind. If you write heat in the product side, then opposite side, reactant side will have lot of energy. If you write heat in the reactant side, opposite side, product side will have lot of energy. Now reactants having lot of energy, then guaranteed products are going to have less amount of energy. Now you show it in an energy level diagram. Nothing big. Now you put it to energy level diagram. Draw the y-axis. Y-axis is your energy axis. You take 2 points. Now maths. In a graph, point at top has higher value. This point at top, it will have high energy. This point is at bottom. See. Now you draw a line. Who has high energy here? Reactants. Write the reactant. C2H4 in gaseous form states from us 3 oxygen in gaseous form. Who has less energy? Products. Then products you write at the bottom. Chem night I have fully done this. 2 carbon dioxide gas plus 2 water liquid. Not done. From reactant to product, you have to put an arrow. Always remember, arrow is always put from reactant to product. Reactant to product, you put the arrow. Reactant is this. Product is this. Reactant to product, you draw the arrow. Not the other side. No, product can't convert to react. Reactant to product, you put. And you write, now this is exothermic, no? Heat released. But if they give you the value of the heat, you can directly write the value of heat. 1400 kilojoule of heat released. That's the most correct way. So keep in mind, exothermic reaction, heat is released. So in product side, heat will come. Opposite side, high energy. Then reactants, high energy. Products, low energy. High energy, you write on top. Low energy, you write on bottom. This is not needed, as used to explain. Then you draw the arrow from reactant to product. Then heat release. What is the correct diagram then? However, that heat release part is not written in all the four. Then what should be the correct one? Reactant should be on top, product should be at bottom. Arrow should be from top to bottom. Reactants are on top, products are on bottom. Arrow from bottom to top. Reactants are on top, products on bottom. Arrow is from reactant to product on. Correct. What here? Reactants on bottom. Wrong. Reactants bottom. Wrong. Answer is answer 2. Answer is answer 2. Okay. "32. There is a greater chance for a man swimming in water with gas bubbles at the base of a waterfall to be drowned." That is true. If you bath just directly below the waterfall, there is high chance for you to be drowned. It's not because of the speed of the water. Not because of the speed of the water. That is because Lamaya. Now you are drowned. What is the meaning there? What is there? When you're on water, for you to float, you should have an upward force. That's the upthrust. As long as you have upward force, upthrust, you will be floating. You all tell me at what instance you will go down. For you to go down, upward force should be greater or less. Practically think. For you to go down in the water, upward force should be greater or less. Practically think. It should be less. The moment upthrust decreases, what happens? There's no one to push you up. You go down. That's what happens in water. The moment upthrust decreases, there's nothing to push you up. You go down, you get drowned. Now, if you are bathing just directly below the waterfall, as the water is falling there, density of the water there is very less due to the gas bubbles. That's the real science behind it. Now, directly below the waterfall, a lot of gases are there. Due to lot of gases, density of water is very less. When density of water decreases, upthrust also decreases. As upthrust decreases, if you bath there or if you do whatever there, what will happen? There's no one to push you up to go down. You sink down. You sink down, once then you sink down with the speed of the water, you get drowned. So the main reason for people getting drowned when they bath or whatever they do directly below the waterfall is because upthrust decreases. The moment upthrust decreases, you go down. That is why now those are done swimming, they know initially first day, second day, when you go for swimming, you are not given to directly swim. Now, however, first day you have to hold the side, whatever the ball there and do the kicking, learn the kicking. After you learn the kicking also, you are not directly given to go in the water. You're given something called kickboard. Have you seen? Why? It's like a regiform board. Why that is given? That is to maintain your upthrust. So that when you're holding it, you don't go down. When small kids go to the beach, have you seen they put a tire-like thing in the hip and go to the water there? Why? It makes you float. It makes you float. Why it makes you float? It gives you more upthrust. It increases the upthrust on you. Even diving, the technology is very simple. You wear a jacket. That jacket, you can blow it and make it puffed up and fill it with air. As well as you can remove the air. Now, in diving, if you want to go down, what you do is you release all the air in the jacket. The moment you release the air, you go down. Upthrust decreases. If you want to come up, what you do is you fill the jacket with air. The moment you fill the jacket with air, you come up. But you should make sure that your tank there has enough gas to fill. The moment the tank finishes, then you're done. So remember, if upthrust increases, you go up. If upthrust decreases, you go down. There's a greater chance for a man swimming in water with gas bubbles at the base of the waterfall to be drowned. Now, what will happen? When there are gas bubbles, upthrust will decrease. Why? Density decreases. What is the reason for this? What's the answer? What's the answer? Answer number 2. Decrease in the upthrust. Decrease in the upthrust. Question 33. When a sound wave emitted by a loudspeaker propagates through air, what will change? Onnapute, you all tell me, I have discussed this many times. When a wave is propagating, can the frequency change? Can the frequency change? Never ever the frequency will change. Remember, if the frequency change, full pitch will change. That means you emit a sound like a male, like a boy, you emit the sound, but once when it is going, it becomes like a female voice. If the now let's say you release the sound with a very low pitch, male voice, bass voice, while it is going, it becomes female voice. Wind bear, pitch can't change on the way. Right? So frequency can't change on the way. Never. Frequency never change. Can't increase, can't decrease on the way. Velocity decrease. Nanny. When the sound emitted by this is propagating through air, they are not telling that anything like temperature, humidity is changing. If temperature, humidities are not changing, if it changes, they will tell it is changing. If it is not changing, velocity will be the same. Velocity of sound in dry air is 330 meters per second. Velocity of sound in dry air at a temperature of about 30 degrees Celsius is 350 meters per second. So that speed does not change. For the speed to change, for temperature or humidity should change. They are not telling anything about temperature. They are not telling anything about humidity. Temperature, humidity not changing. Velocity won't change. Speed of sound is the velocity. Velocity is in dry air uh, is 330 meters per second. It won't change. That's wrong. Keep that in mind. Wavelength decrease. On you all tell me. Velocity not changing. Frequency not changing. Using your science knowledge, tell me, can the wavelength change? V not changing, F not changing, can the lambda value change? Think, think, think. Don't guess. Don't guess. I need proper answer. Remember, V is equal to F lambda. Lamai, V is not changing. F is not changing. Mathematically, can tell me, can lambda change? Can the wavelength change? Can't change. It also won't change. Then guaranteed your answer is amplitude. Harini, amplitude will decrease. When I talk on the way, through air, what will happen to the amplitude? Amplitude decreases. That is why the sound is very loud near the source. But towards the end, sound can't be heard. It becomes very soft. True, no? Now, in a classroom, those who sit in the front 2-3 rows, they can hear me very loud if there is no any speakers. If I'm directly using my sound and propagating it through air. Front rows, they can hear me loud enough. Why? Amplitude is high. But towards the corner and towards end of the classroom, sound becomes soft. Why it becomes soft? Because amplitude is decreased. If this doesn't happen, then what will happen? When I talk from here, one of my friend at America can hear it. Can something like that happen? No. On the way, slowly, amplitude decreases. So sound can't be heard. So answer is answer for amplitude decrease. That's correct. Next. Why is limestone added to the blast furnace during iron extraction? Remember, limestone is added because limestone can remove the impurities. Calcium carbonate joins with the impurities in hematite, and it is used to remove the impurities. It only forms the slag there. So remember, limestone calcium carbonate is added to remove certain impurities. Answer is answer 3. Keep that in mind. Limestone only removes the impurity. Limestone joins with silicon dioxide, aluminium oxide, and forms the slag there. That is the impurity mixed. Okay. Keep in mind. Yes, keep in mind. So how the sound is propagated through mic without amplitude change? Because through mic you are dealing with electrical signal. You amplify it. In electronics you should have learned use of NPN transistor. Using NPN transistor you amplify the sound. Amplification is there. In electronics you should have learned NPN transistor is used to amplify the sound. Second use of NPN transistor. Okay. Repeatedly, there were some questions during these few weeks in my messages as well as in the live. About the study drop. about the study drop. So before I was able to work really well, now I myself feel a drop කියලා. There were so many messages like that. Can we do this? Aim, uh, stress is high. Um, it's hard to focus. Those are the messages I usually get. What now I don't go to reply messages because if you look at the number of messages I have, කලන්තදයි. Then other 2648 messages to reply. That's why I don't reply. I don't can. I can't. It's hard to reply WhatsApp messages. So every ඔක්කොම අල්ලලා ඔන්න එන්නම් today I'm telling. But I see most of your messages in notification. Right? Usual messages are so it's hard to focus. It's distracting. Can we do this? Lot of things are there to study. Can we cover it and go for a good result? So motivation. So pour something to the head. On today catching up everything, and I'm giving answer for all those things. Hurry. Now this is the thing. How many days are there? About 23. The 23. The 23. The yes, 23. I mean, will leave the first starting day of O level. Once in give it 23 days are there. 23 days. With today. With today 23 days. Now today is almost on 22 days. In 22 days, can this be done? I'll first talk to the W result people. There should be W result people. I'll first talk to the W result people. Not only for science, for any subject. What I will tell is still it can be done. Still, game is not out of the box. Still, game is on your hand. It's under your control. But you can't waste a single minute. I always tell that. You can't waste a single minute. Your game changing timing is now. At this time, you change the game. If you don't change the game now, throughout your life, until the end, there will be a regret. No, just think this 23 days, you just waste for no reason. Let's say you just waste. Once when you do like this, after this, towards until the end of your life, you will have a regret inside yourself. No shit, I should have used this. I should have worked like this. I have this much of things inside me which I can work, but I didn't work. Come on, regret. Throughout the life, you will have that regret. No? Don't let that happen. That key is on your hand. You are the person who is going to change it. You are the person who is going to unlock it. The key is fully on your hand now. At this moment, fully on your hand. We are just supporting characters. Now, during an exam, there is a main character, there are supporting characters. Teachers, parents, we are all supporting characters. You are the main character. Now, key is on your hand. You are the main character. You have to change your result. You have to work for that. If you have got your school holidays, no, can be still exams are going? No? Once when you get your holiday, those have got the school holidays. Let's take you wake up at, I'm talking about an average person. What an average person? What is it? Now you can adjust the schedule according to the way you want. You are waking up at 6 o'clock. Back and depalamai. Now you have to. 23 days are there. Still don't tell. No, sir, alarm is not ringing. I can't get up. It's hard to get up from the bed. Now you time target can you work for the time target. You set a target can you work for the target. Otherwise, it's no point. Why you have a backbone then? You're useless now. You are not listening to your own consciousness. You are not listening to your own plan. Then who else will listen to your plan? No one will listen. You listen to your plan. If you set 6 o'clock, I need to wake up, wake up. Set boundaries. Work with those boundaries. Those are necessary for your life. You wake up at 6, I think wake up. Whatever it happens, even if the world ends, you wake up. If you want to wake up at 4 o'clock, then wake up at 4 o'clock. I think buru baila giyante paatone. Don't try to make reasons there. If you want to wake up at 6 o'clock, then you know previous night you have to sleep early. If so, set the time and sleep early. Then after this session, how much of time will be wasting on TikTok? How much of time on Instagram? How much of time just wasting away? Either you work, if you are a night worker, either you work at night, you go to sleep. Wake up for the work for the next plan. If you just waste, if you just waste until 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, it's a waste. The next day you can't wake up. If you set the boundary at 6 o'clock, you need to wake up at 6 o'clock. Then previously you had to decide what time you would sleep. Set boundaries in your life. Now it's the time. Now we are in the changing phase. Tamara fairy tale life. Still, you're in 16. You're not still a chuti bubble anyway. Y'all are going for the next stage in the life. You have to accept it. You have to accept it. Whatever tells and happens. Now you have to accept. You are adult. You are going to the adult stage. Then behave like that. You like to tell that you are adult now. Behave. Don't still just be a amma lagi තාත්තලගේ චූටි බබාලා එහෙම එපා. අම්මට අප්පට සින්න පුලිය ඉර්ක වෙනවා. You set boundary, you wake. Still they won't be pushing you. They can't wake you up in the early morning. They have work. They wanted to also rest. How long they are going to wake you up? Now it's your turn. You have to accept that now your fairy tale life is gone. You have to accept the new society. Some of you don't know your family condition. That's because your parents have kept you inside a fairy tale world. This is the world. This is us. This is our family. We are very beautiful. Look how much of suffering your father is going undergoing every day. Remember, earning money is not easy. Even 1 rupee, patta hard. Once when you start working, you will realize it. In 1 year, 2 years, you will realize. Those who go in 3-wheel, Uber, Rakka, Makeup vehicles, once when you start earning, you will realize. You won't waste money. You start walking. Even for the 1 rupee, you will cry. So think how much of pressure your father is undergoing. Same pressure from the mother side also. I have to balance the full family. Your family is not a fairy tale family. Your family is not beautiful like that. That one you need to accept. Your parents are just faking you. They are just telling lies to you. What the problems are there in your family? Next, you have to face it. At once, it is going to hit you. Now we are in a 16, 17, 18, when at once all the problems will hit you. Whatever the problems that your parents were safeguarding will hit you. What are you going to do then? You have to accept it. Still you are not small, chuti lama in a way. You are big now. You have to wake up at 6 now. Wake up at 6, set boundaries and work. Don't let those boundaries to break at any point, at any instance. In your life, it's always good to set boundaries. It's good, I tell you. It's good for your betterment. If you decide something you are not going to touch, I mean it, something I'm not going to touch, don't touch it. Now there are so many new things which you will have to touch, which your friends will come and give you. I think you set boundary, you won't touch. Be like that. Set boundaries. Have a backbone. If you when something happens, you have to be strong enough to tell no. That's the biggest problem that our generation have. What does care to tell no? What's the point? So set boundaries. Wake up at 6 now. Wake up at 6. If you want to wake up at 5, wake up at 5. Don't make unnecessary reasons. You wake up at 6. Just after you wake up, if phone is distracting, switch it off. Put it inside the cupboard. What's the point in having a distraction in the last 23 days? Once when you wake up, within the first 30 minutes, this I always tell, within the first 30 minutes, you start your working process. Within the first 30 minutes. Once when you pass the first 30 minutes, you won't even realize day is going. Automatically day will go. Just you will just maybe open the book and just try to sit. You do some other work, day will fully finish off. First 30 minutes, well, start your work plan. Already have the work plan in the mind. Now, if I ask you tomorrow at this time, what you will be doing? Tomorrow, away, my session is not there. If I ask you tomorrow at this time, what you will be doing, most of you don't have a proper answer. Hima Vendaba during this 23 days. You should at least have in your mind what is the plan for tomorrow this time, what you will be doing. A plan within first 30 minutes, you start your work. Mainly allocate your morning for memorizing. Whatever the lessons you have memorized. Now, if it is science, bio has a lot of memorizing things. History, memorizing things are there. On memorizing lessons, allocate the morning hours. And morning hours, once then you start, drag the day until the maximum you can. Don't break your day half. Now, if you look at how I give interval during seminars, if it is 5 hour seminar, I never give the interval at 2.5 hours. I drag it until the maximum point. At least about 3 hours, 3.5 hours, I drag it. After that only I give the interval. So maximum dragging you have to do. After that, once when you're down only, you take the interval. So drag morning when you wake up, you can drag it until, if you start at 6:15, until at least 10, 11, you can drag. So drag it until the maximum point. Maybe 11. Or now put it down. Maybe at that time you can go, you can wash yourself. You just wake up and you just sat there. You can wash, you can do whatever you all want, maybe half an hour. Don't touch the phone, please. Don't touch the phone. I think once you touch the phone, again your 12, 1, 2, 3 will go off. You are happy because your start is good. That doesn't mean your finish is good. Until the finish, you have to drag it. Again, don't touch the phone. Maybe another about half an hour you can use. Go out, look at the garden, do something without just wasting the time. Something recreation again do. Make the mind calm. Now somewhere around 11:30 you come. 11:30. Once when you pass about 12 o'clock, 12 p.m. to about 2:30, 3 p.m., it's a lag time. For anyone, it's a lag time. If you go to post office, you can't do anything during this time. If you go to any other workplace, you can't do anything during this time because what a lag time. For anyone, it's like that. So at that time, don't let yourself to be dragged out. Maybe at that time, you can do an MCQ paper. Correct it. Or you can do maths question, something that keeps your full body engaged. So maths question, that's something that doesn't put you sleep. Maths questions, sorry, maths is only highly recommended during this time slot because it keeps your full body engaged. Something like that. Nothing. If it is science, then physics questions or past paper. On those things you do for that time slot. Again, maybe at about 3, you can take a break. 3 to 4 again, you can take a break. 4, again, you start your memorizing or a tough work section. Maybe here you do a paper. No? From that paper, whatever the things that you go wrong, mark those lessons. Now you cover those lessons. Again, the memorizing slot. Drag until at least about 7 p.m. Again, a small break. 7:30, 8 again. Again, start your work. Maybe if it is night session, then you can join the night session. Drag until 12. Drag until 12. In between, you allocate whatever the additional slot you have. Eating time, right? Your washing time, right? Prayers. It's a must. Don't let yourself dragged out. The additional things, all those things, put it in the slots. Until about next day 12, you can drag. And don't fully spoil your sleep. Sleep is a must. If you fully spoil your sleep, guaranteed your pressure will increase. Once your blood pressure increases towards the end, you will suffer. So don't let that to happen. So have proper sleep as well. And when sleeping, it's for sleep. Again, anything once when you go to the bed, again don't start scrolling and wasting the time there. That's again a waste. Don't let anything waste to happen. That's how you plan it out. Can we do this? Yes, sir. Tomorrow I will do this. Now already if you have a plan, you go with that. Hurry. Tomorrow I will do this. Day after tomorrow, this will become half the work plan. After that, some more half. එහෙම බෑ ළමයි. If you set it, you finish it until the last day. Drag it until the last day. This plan, if you stick to the plan, you work until the last day there. Don't give it up in the middle. Say, I told you. You set boundaries and then you work. Your boundaries, if I have a plan, I do it. If I have a plan, you surely have the plan. Do it. I think don't find normal reasons. Don't settle with normal things. You have a plan, you have a workload for tomorrow, then finish it. Don't go to bed without finishing. Then useless again. 22 days are there. No, 20. Today gone. 22 days are there. I want you all to work without limits. Don't set limits. Set boundaries such that you finish the work during this time. Today I finish this work. And why don't you finish it? Without that, don't go to bed. Without limits, you work. Break your potentials and work. Maybe your some people should have told, you can't do this. Your marks is this. You always perform like this. In schools also, some people are bright enough, hurry, they are taken to the highest position. Some people are left behind. If someone has already told you, you can't do this, you do it and show. At the end of the day, it's you, no? At the end of the day, it's you. Don't let others' judgment become true. Remember, in life, only few chances you will get to level up. Only few chances you will get to level up. After that, your life will become flat. If you take our life graph, our Sri Lankan life graph, only some chances are there to peak up. Now, from your birth until now, only small peaks were there, not big peak. On now you come to your O-level stage. O-level has full potential to change the graph in your life. It has the full potential to change the graph in your life. Again, life will be a bit flat. Again, you get some chances. Change it fully. Again, most of the time, after you reach about your 30, 28, 29, after that, most of the time, your life again becomes flat. Now, sometimes you fight with your father. Your father's life is flat. Hey, he can't. He has done everything for you. Yes, his life will be flat. Again, he can't change. That is why he wanted you to change. You to change your life. He can change. He got chances to change. He got chances to level up in his life, but he is not doing it. Why? Because of you. Because of you only, he has given up his level ups. Your mother, think how much of things she has sacrificed just for you. Surely she has sacrificed. What the big things whatever she did during her school days, whatever the dreams she had, fully given up now. Just because of you. Maybe parents have errors. Maybe they have wrong. They are not 100% correct. No? They are not robots to be 100% correct. Maybe they have errors, but still, they try their level best to make your life the best. So whatever, at least for them, work. At least for them, level up in your life. This level up is not only for you. It's for your full family. Full family. Full family, this is a level up. So you are getting your first chance. It's up to you to make it to the peak or to let it drop. Decision is yours. All of you can. Don't give up. Don't even think of giving up at this stage. Stress is there, pressure is there. Stress is something very common, very usual for any human. All those things are there. With that, you fight. Problems will be there. These 22 days, these 23 days, you will come across big problems in your life. All the problems will touch you during this time. The very big problems will be touching. Don't try to find solutions for problems. If you have already problem, don't try to find solution. If you try to find solution, you're fully focused on that. You don't work for your own upment. Don't find solution for the problem. After the exam, you can sit separately, take separate time, and then you can find all the solutions. For now, don't try to find solution. After exam, after about 3-4 years, you will realize that these problems that you have now, it is something very small. But due to that, you gave up in your exam result and patta regret. So for something very small, don't give up on something that is very big. Which of the following has the greatest effect on ozone layer depletion? Ozone layer depletion is mainly happening due to chlorofluorocarbon and nitric oxide. NO. Chlorofluorocarbon and nitric oxide. That is answer number 1. Question 36. What is the true statement about neon 10 atom and sodium 11 plus ion? What is true about them? We'll first try to analyze neon 10 sodium plus. Neon 10, atomic number 10. How many electrons are there? 10. Then what's the electronic configuration? 2, 8. Sodium plus 1 ion. Atomic number 11. Then you will tell me, sir, electrons are also 11. No. Like sodium plus 1 ion. How positive ion is formed? By gaining electron or releasing electron? Releasing electron. To form plus 1 ion, how many electrons should be released? 1 electron. So out of 11 electron, 1 electron gone, only 10 electrons are there. Only 10 electrons are there. Its electronic configuration also 2, 8. That additional one is gone. So they have same number of electrons, but protons are different, the 10 and 11. And mass numbers are different. If mass numbers are different, neutron number also different, right? Now what's the statement telling? Number of electrons in both is equal. Number of electrons are equal. That's the true statement. Number of protons is equal. Never. Neon, sodium, different elements have different proton number. Proton number in different elements can't be equal. So that's wrong. Third one. Number of neutrons in both is equal. Wrong. Their mass numbers are different. The neutron number is going to be different. You calculate and see it's different. Number of protons in both is greater than the number of neutrons. Protons are greater than neutron. We'll check. We'll check for that. Protons are greater than the neutron. Take neon. Atomic number 10. Atomic number 10 now, how many protons are there? 10. Mass number 20. If mass number is 20, how many neutrons should be there? Another 10. So in neon, proton number, neutron number equal. Now look at the sentence. Number of protons in both is greater than number of neutrons. Where the first one it's wrong. Protons and neutrons are equal there. They are telling greater. Wrong. Both are also wrong. Answer is answer 1. 37. Which of the following factor affects the pressure exerted by water on the bottom of a vessel filled with water to a certain height? Even in support seminar paper, I discussed this. Hydrostatic pressure only depends on what? H, rho, and G. That is the depth or the vertical height, density, and gravitational acceleration. Nothing else. Volume of water, no. Area at the bottom, no. Shape of the vessel, no. Vertical height, yes. Which of the following cells are multinucleated? Remember, smooth muscle tissue, skeletal muscle tissue, cardiac muscle tissue. Smooth, skeletal, cardiac. First one uninucleated, last one uninucleated, middle one multinucleated. Smooth muscle tissue uninucleated, cardiac muscle tissue uninucleated, middle one skeletal, multinucleated. Again, repeat with me. Smooth, skeletal, cardiac. First and the last uni, middle one multi. Again, smooth, skeletal, cardiac. First and the last uni, middle one multi. Which of the following cells are multinucleated? Red blood cell. Actually speaking, red blood cell do not have a nucleus. Skeletal muscle tissue, yes. Cardiac, those are all multinucleated. These are multinucleated. Sorry, these are all uninucleated. So answer is answer 3. 39. Boiling and evaporation are two ways by which liquid water moves into the air as water vapor. Of the following statement connected with them, which is false? Actually speaking, in 2019 O-level paper, this question had an error. They gave free marks for this. Gave free marks for this. It's all. Sometimes some papers there are questions like this. Sometimes. No, that doesn't mean in your paper surely there'll be errors like that. They'll give free marks. Him went the back. Sometimes. That question, they give free marks. 40th one. The aim of shortening the food mileage is. Now, why you should have shorter food mileage? Direct people more to consume native food, get an opportunity to consume quality food, create a greater demand for the locally produced food, minimize the amount of fuel spent during transportation. What do you think? Minimize the amount of fuel. Answer is answer. When food mile is short, the distance that the food travels from the consumer, from the producer to the consumer is short. When the distance is short, guaranteed, the fuel that is going to be used is short. The answer is answer. Okay. Huh. Those who did the full paper, send me your marks. Send me the marks. Answer for 37th question. Answer for. Good. Good. Right. With that, we have completed 2019 O-level paper as well. That means we have finished off 2023 O-level paper, 22 O-level paper, 21 O-level paper, 2019. 5 papers are done. How many MCQs? How many MCQs? That means we have completed 200 MCQ, and don't forget support seminar paper. Altogether, 240 MCQs done. 240 MCQs done. And now you can see there is no much things to explain. Whatever I explain, already something that I have explained again and again and touching the. That is what is happening. So 240 MCQs are done. Lot of reviews we have done. By now you can see and I can see from your end marks is improving slowly. Um, Next week fully we won't have the night session. That's why today I finished off the 2019 paper. Next week fully we will not have the night session because of the seminar. Um, Again by March first week we will start the night session as usual. So there we will start with most probably 2018 paper, 19 done, 2018 paper. Hurry. Right. So 5 papers are done. Best is now next week fully we are not touching. If you have a time, those 5 papers, take the essay structured essay, finish off them as well. Take essay structured essay, finish off them as well. Then from that, your full this thing is done. Your full whatever the papers are done. Right, MCQ is done, structured essay is done. Can lot of things are done. Okay. Sorry. Enang, with that, we will finish off today's session. Before finishing, before finishing, before finishing, Onnalamai 2019 O-level paper done. 5 papers done. 240 MCQs done. Y'all tell me, what do you feel about science now? Huh? Letter by letter. Letter by letter. There you go. P, P, next letter. A, A, next. T, T, next letter. Another T, another T, last letter. A, next. E, next. A, last two. S, last one. Y. Part easy. Don't forget the hashtag, the signature. Keep working.